Kaiana returns with a warning, and his fate in Kamehameha's council will be decided by a risky competition. Keoua communicates. This implies an emphasis on Kaiana's return to the Hawaiian Islands armed with ammunition, his struggles to demonstrate his allegiance, and the growing hostilities between Keoua and Kamehameha. Since his wife, Kupuohi, has moved on with his half-brother, Namake, raising emotional stakes, Kaiana's return could cause personal strife. Following the events of Episode 4, Keoua declares war on Kamehameha, which initiates an internal struggle inside Hawaii. It is anticipated that King Kahekili will plan an assault on Hawaii, possibly using Kaiana's recently obtained ammunition for a vicious duel. Given her increasing power, Kahumanu might become more involved in political and military plans, questioning the conventional dependence on divine direction. Despite being detained in the Spanish-occupied port of Zamboanga, Kaiana refuses to leave his comrade Tony behind, motivated by his code of honor. Kaiana follows Tony to a warehouse after seeing the atrocities of the slave trade, such as cages containing women and children. After breaking into the facility, he starts a riot that kills a number of Spanish troops and frees the enslaved inmates. Tony is successfully saved by Kaiana, who then makes her way to Captain Mir's ship with Vi as it gets ready to set sail. In order to represent Kaiana's resistance to colonial oppression, the warehouse is set on fire. This action is pivotal because Kaiana obtains weapons for the impending conflict in Hawaii, but it also makes his return more difficult because he is now sought. His activities back home will probably be influenced by his broader perspective on colonization as a result of his experiences in Zamboanga. King Kalaniʻopeu's passing leaves a power vacuum in Hawaii. The son of the late king, Keoua, takes the throne but is furious when Kamehameha is given military power by being called the god of war. Keoua uses the removal of his own tooth as a symbol to declare war on Kamehameha. His wife, Kahumanu, offers Kamehameha advice as he struggles with self-doubt and the god's silence. She exhorts him to believe in his own judgment, defying patriarchal conventions. As the god of war, Kamehameha demonstrates a smart and well-rounded leadership style by choosing to prepare for defense in the event that Keoua attacks rather than launch an initial attack. This creates the possibility of a civil war in Hawaii. Kalaniʻopeu's passing presents King Kahekili of Maui and Oahu with a chance to take control of Hawaii. By eradicating rival royal lineages, he presents his campaign as fulfilling a prophecy to unite the islands under a single bloodline, his own. His chiefs are alarmed by his brutal tactics, which create the possibility of dissension. The impending invasion by Kahekili foreshadows a bigger war by posing an external threat to the internal strife between Keoua and Kamehameha. The dynamics of Kaiana's family change when they return to Hawaii because they think he is dead. As they both find comfort in grieving together, his brother Namake becomes close to Kaiana's wife, Kupuohi. Kupuohi gives in to Namake's advances after first objecting, and they have a private moment together. Unaware of this betrayal, Kaiana returns, setting the scenario for a personal battle. As the episode comes to a close, Tony and Kaiana are sailing back to Hawaii with guns, but there will be many difficulties upon his return. The stability of the islands is threatened by the impending civil conflict between Keoua and Kamehameha as well as Kahekili's ambitions for an invasion. Although Kaiana's return with foreign weapons would tilt the scales, he might have to face up to his own guilt after learning about Namake and Kupuohi's relationship. Given her increasing impact and disregard for gender expectations, Kahumanu is expected to be a key figure in determining Kamehameha's leadership. A confluence of political rivalry, personal betrayals, and outside dangers is anticipated, and Kaiana's international experiences may influence how he views Hawaii's unity.